Prasa has briefed Scopa on its 2020-2021 financial statements, and the agency was cornered on its 3,000 ghost workers.
The threat to national infrastructure remains one of critical concern. And the question then becomes whether there is any, and I suppose the minister may help here, any discussions with foreign governments, particularly in the SADC region, to push back on the frontiers of this syndicate, for lack of a better phrase. It was quite clear it's very organized, and there has to be some sort of diplomatic intervention, notwithstanding tightening border control. Honorable Hadwe made reference to the Beitbridge border post fence, which was a total sham.
We've got just under 2,000 where we're seeing there is no evidence of physical verification in one way or another. And we're looking into these individuals and going into the system and looking at when were they registered, who loaded them in the system for salary purposes, so that we can then, one, look at the source of this activity that looks fraudulent, and two, the date at which when they were loaded will give us an indication and quantify how much money was being looted in that space, and also activate and make sure that we cut them out. When we have quantified the money and also find the associated individuals, whether they are in the systems or not, those that loaded these individuals in the system, we hand that over in phase 3 to the police.
The Transport Minister has been frank about his assessment of Prasa, labeling the organization a mess and a corrupt place.
Is one of the things I said, we have ghost workers. What you do where you got ghost workers, you don't philosophize, you institute forensic. You bring the police immediately. You head straight to it. You go head on. You have identified the crime, you are sitting on it. There is a big process and all of that. You are sitting with 3,000 people who could not come and say, I work here, and you stop their salaries, they don't come. I work at government, somebody stops my salary, and I don't get paid. From December last year, I don't report. There is a crime.
Prasa recorded a 1.9 billion rand operating loss, as well as a 48 million rand fruitless and wasteful expenditure. The company has also told the committee it's looking to get condonation for a portion of its 29 billion rand irregular expenditure.
We have submitted a condonation application to the order of about 12 billion rand out of what we have inherited. And recognizing the problem of the past and recognizing, because this is now part of the fruitless expenditure, irregular expenditure, they get into that bulk. So far, in terms of the work that we have been able to do, looking back 2 years, in terms of addressing this 29 billion of irregular expenditure, we have been able to bring that down. But obviously, that will be finalized by National Treasury once they are satisfied with what we have done in terms of it.
Meanwhile, Scopa has demanded that Prasa provide monthly reports on how it's dealing with the elimination of ghost workers. Philip, SABC News, Parliament.